Liverpool must fix this problem now, today, not yesterday. Yesterday was too late. Yesterday, Liverpool conceded from one of these. Liverpool must address the issue of set pieces, of crosses, of defending the back post, among loads of other problems. Granted, we are hitting a bad bit of form right now. Some players are not performing. I don't believe the system's right. They are all for separate videos. They're all problems. In this one, I'm talking about these set pieces, these crosses going in every single week. We are absolutely astoundingly average to poor at defending in our own box. For a side as good as Liverpool, on paper, we should not be conceding so much, so frequently, in the way we do. And the longer people continue to disregard set pieces, the longer people continue to frown upon set piece goals like they almost mean less of a goal, the longer, the further we'll fall behind. Liverpool need to pay some respect and show some respect to this method of scoring, because we're conceding too many and not scoring enough. Considering Szoboszlai's whipping the balls in, considering Van Dijk and Konate are in the box, two of the most dangerous aerial threats in the whole league, we are not scoring enough considering all those variables are true. Szoboszlai to Van Dijk. Oh my god, what a method that is. Bang, that should be a goal every week. Do you understand how much emphasis was put on the fact Liverpool scored 2 set pieces in the same game against Frankfurt? Wow, what the hell? Like it was a blue moon, you know what I mean? It don't happen. That's why so much was being spoken. There was so much conversation about that. Don't happen. Should happen more. But I'm not even here to talk about the offensive set piece. And I must just add here, by the way, anyone else so frustrated how many free kicks we give away from our own set pieces? You notice that? Szoboszlai putting a cross in, referee will go points that way, free kick to them. Why? Because Konate's run into someone. Because Van Dijk's holding someone. Because someone's given an elbow. Why are we so poorly disciplined from set pieces? And I need to go back to set pieces in our own box, and I want to extend that to defending crosses, because they are so similar. Obviously, when you're defending a set piece, you're likely defending a cross into the box or a throw-in, etc. And people are frowning upon that Brentford throw-in yesterday. I'm not. Oh my god, I'm not. I rate Brentford for finding an edge, for realising what they're good at and using it against a side who are terrible at defending it. Why would they not use it? Don't mock them for using it and scoring from it. Praise them for realising they've found a competitive edge and advantage and exploiting our biggest weakness. Arsenal score a set-piece goal every week, and they're getting branded as being boring. I'm a Liverpool fan. I do not like Arsenal, but listen to me when I say this. I feel for them. I've got to say, yeah, they're not playing great football right now, but they're finding ways to win, something we can't do, but our fans are still mocking them for doing it. Why should Arsenal not score corner goals? From a corner, do you want them just to pass it out? I don't know, what do you want them to do? They're arguably the best team I've ever seen from set pieces, dead balls. Why would they not exploit that and how bad the other teams are at defending them? I don't blame them. I wish we were as good as corners, at Arsenal, sorry. I wish we were better than Arsenal at corners. We're not even near. Oh my god, I'm surprised they never scored one against us, by the way. We've got away with one there. You know what I mean? Like, the goal doesn't count for less. I get it's a less impressive goal on the face of it. It's not an open play goal. It's not like a great pattern of play and all these like great bits of flair. It's just a guy putting a cross into a box and someone doing that. However, we can't do it. Everyone's doing it against us. Put some respect on it. Until we start playing some really, really good football, then maybe we could start losing the conversation on we need to do well at set pieces here, because you'd have a plan A. The plan A, don't get me wrong, the plan A is play some nice football and score some good open play goals. The plan B is set pieces. Arsenal's plan A for me isn't working every single week, but their plan B is working for them. Our plan A is not working, but our plan B is not working either. What is our plan B? What is our plan A? I find it very hard to talk about our plan B when plan A isn't even in running. We are absolutely average to poor at defending back post, and I don't know why that is. And I actually think it's a great case study for a side. I think there's so many issues at Liverpool right now, and I listed them at the start. A lot of it is the poor form around the squad. However, if you can't organise a defensive set piece in a box, in an 18... What chance have you got of organising a side across a freaking football pitch? Across an 11v11 pitch? If you can't organise, if you can't show some discipline there, if you can't show some team cohesion, if you can't communicate effectively in the 18-yard box, you've got a fat chance of communicating well over the pitch. We're not organised. At all. We're conceding from a set piece like near every game. Maybe not set piece, I'd extend that to a cross. A cross to the back post, whatever. Look at Chelsea, Palace, Newcastle. The list goes on. These aren't just like random... It's not a coincidence. Oh, that was a funny little one. Another cross there conceded. No, it's a pattern. It's every single week. Whilst not scoring from them, it's like, what the hell? Am I talking in riddles? Am I just saying random football terms and hoping they align with Liverpool? No. It's happening every week. The simple things, the basic things we are not getting right. How do you expect all the great potential patterns of play to unfold and come into fruition when we can't even defend our box? When we can't even get from A to B? We can't even get the simple things right. We can't even keep the ball. Yesterday, Brentford's long throw-ins, fantastic. I rate it entirely. I do think obviously it's quite frustrating to watch because it takes so long to execute one, right? As a fan, it's like, oh my god, what a view this is. But ultimately, they won the game, we didn't. I'm not complaining. Well, I'm complaining that we're crap at them, right? Their long throw-in the first half, they must have taken at least 5. We just kept kicking the ball out of play. Game management. Have you noticed the fellow there with the throw-in like an RPG? I don't know if you clocked him. Maybe, just an idea, stop kicking the ball out for touch. I don't know, maybe keep the ball. Maybe pass to Curtis Jones. Maybe pass to Dominic Szoboszlai, who, again, 2 games in a row have been our best player by miles. Oh my god, I want to see them keep playing. Yeah, they keep the ball better than anyone else. Szoboszlai, I feel sorry for the guy. I did a video the other day about Szoboszlai. He's our best player by a country mile. It'd be an insult to Dominic Szoboszlai to even discuss who's our best player right now. Because he is the obvious answer. Not enough from Salah, not enough from me, Ekatike in that game. I mean, listen, I'm not going to sit here and bash Ekatike. He's been fantastic this year. But I do think that was his weakest game at the club. But then again, we're not going to sit and point fingers at Ekatike among anyone. I thought the midfield 2 were the best bit of the game. Best bit of the team, sorry. Van Dijk, poor again. Konate, poor again. Kirkes, I don't care he scored a goal. Poor again. Bradley, not enough again. Mamardashvili, I've got to ask questions about one of them goals. Gakpo came off at one of the first subs, no? Pretty sure. One of the only players getting into the box. Nearly won us a penalty. One of the only players actually looking positive, and Salah kicked it over the ground. I'm just saying. That was a really, really poor game. Wirtz. Yeah, I wasn't impressed. A lot of people actually were so much about Wirtz. A lot of people liked his performance. I didn't get it. I think, to be fair, I was that annoyed with conceding 4 minutes. My head was just gone in that game. No one could have played well as far as I'm concerned. We got beat 3-2. But among all the problems, among the poor form, among the formation for me being entirely wrong, we have to play with a sitting midfield player. How many times do I have to come on here and say it before? How many games do we have to lose before we change something? That's my problem here. We lost 4 in a row there in the Prem. 4 in a row. No team's ever won the league and lost that many games in this amount of time. No team's ever lost 4 in a row at this point in the season, or 4 games, and then won the league. How many more games do we need to lose before something changes? And I'm not being that radical in saying the manager should go. Of course not. He's absolutely earned the right to change this. It's on him now. But he's got to earn his money when probably he hasn't done to this extent before. So we'll see. We'll see what Arne Slot's made of. I believe he's made of more than enough to get us out of this, by the way. I do absolutely back him to get out of this. But it needs to happen now. And it needs to happen soon. I think some of the fans will start losing a bit of patience. And behind the manager until something goes terribly wrong. You could argue losing at home to Man United, then losing to Palace before that, and Chelsea before that, and Galatasaray before that, and then Brentford after that is going wrong. I would agree, but it has to go for me a bit worse than that before we can sack a manager who's just won the Premier League first time of asking. There's so many problems. I could do a video for every single one. If you want to see my thoughts on every single problem, for example, the poor form, for example, me outlining who actually has been the bad players this year, because I think it's actually quite obvious. Sorry for burping there on camera. Sometimes I forget on camera. It just comes out. Sorry. Please do let me know, and I'll do a separate video regarding anything you want. This video specifically. Crosses, set pieces, we are crap. And the longer we continue to neglect these issues, the further we'll fall behind. Nice one. Leave a like if you enjoyed. If you agreed with anything I said, please do leave a like and subscribe for more. We're in a bad place. Hopefully we can get out the other side. Nice one, guys.